Welcome to Mintra Presents Bold Diaries, and today we're going to talk about RCB's build-up. Obviously with the IPL, the camp, the arrival of players, and basically let all you fans know what we've been up to. It's very different than last year, where we had everybody together for a long period of time on the back of a period where guys hadn't trained or played. So this is quite different. We've got players playing international cricket over here, overseas, domestic cricket overseas, domestic cricket here up until a handful of days ago. So we've had to prepare in slightly different ways. We've had a lot of mini camps with people that aren't involved in things. We've obviously stayed in touch with guys and been pretty specific around what we want to see from them in their preparation. And then those playing international cricket we've just left alone, and obviously we get them in due course ready to go and obviously up to speed. So look, it's been different, a lot of pulling a lot of pieces together. The bus today heading there, we're going to be heading into 7 days quarantine, so the camp will start on the 29th. We've already got support already in Chennai starting that bubble, so they'll be ready to go prior to us, and we'll be having players enter from then and leading up for the next week after that as well. So as I said, a bit of a jigsaw puzzle pulling everything together, but yeah, really keen to get started. Those guys that haven't been playing a huge amount of cricket, it will benefit them. Those that have, I think the 7 days will be great for them just to refresh. So we've got players arriving all the way through till 1st of April, which is obviously where we get the NOCs for some of our overseas players, particularly those that are playing. So Finn Allen will be playing in T20s in New Zealand on the 1st of April, and then he'll be coming the day after. We've got Australians that play up to the 31st with the likes of Daniel Sams, Kane Richardson, and then they jump on a plane and come. ABD arrives the 28th, there's Maxwell. So we've got players arriving at different times, and we've sort of factored that into our preparation, which will include some practice games, obviously heading into our first game on the 9th. We're well aware of the preparation that people need, and as I said, some are able to do it elsewhere. Those that aren't are obviously joining us pretty quickly. Yeah, a bit of a mixture again. So we've got some that haven't been in the bubbles all the time, so they'll come straight bubble to bubble transfer from Pune, and they'll be able to join us. We've got one or two who are going to have a day or two at home, who've been in bubbles for so long and just need to freshen up, and they'll be arriving and then obviously have to undertake their 7 days quarantines. We're really comfortable with making sure that all the players, when they arrive, they're in a good headspace, and they're able to make sure that when they enter training, they're ready to commit 100%. So that's been important to understand the different situations that everybody's been in. The thing we noticed last year, when you're in the bio bubble, you don't want to jam pack everything into the first few days. You want to make sure that your culture is quite organic, and it's something that develops and grows as we start to understand and respect that our players have been in bubbles potentially the last 6 to 8 months and gone from bubble to bubble. So as I said, we're not going to cram everything in 2 or 3 days. We're going to allow people to get to know each other and build that culture over time. But yeah, we've got practice games organised. We've got lots of open wicket scenarios. We won't have our full contingent of overseas available for the first game. Adam Zampa's getting married. That's an important time for him, and it's something that as a franchise we're aware of and we respect, and we hope he has a great time. So when he joins us, once again, he's going to be fresh and make a massive contribution for the rest of the tournament. It's not a matter of being rigid in our approach in terms of, look, get here 10 days before, suck yourself into another bubble, because we want people to be really fresh and vibrant for those 8-9 weeks, and by the time we get to finals time, we've got people that are still fresh and still ready to contribute. And depending on what the dates are, they quarantine for 7 days. A lot of them are going to be coming out either the day of the game or just before, and we'll just have to make a call on that in terms of whether they're available or not. We've got 8 very good overseas, of which we can choose, but we'll make that call at the time. And as I said, we're making sure that we're going to be functioning and firing for the full tournament, not just trying to push guys for the first game. For getting people out of Australia, that's been a challenge. So Simon's been ready to go for a long time, and he's sitting there waiting. So it'll probably be 2 days before he's able to jump on the plane and join us. as I said, he's still going to be a big part of our preparation leading up to it, and as I said, he's been ready to go. It's just the documentation's been a bit challenging to get. Obviously, the mini camps we've had, been able to meet the likes of KATICH, who I think is a high quality player. Prabha Desai is just finding his feet, and he's got a huge amount of power and talent. Been able to spend some more time with Shahbaz Ahmed, who's evolving his game beautifully. Got a couple of games last year, did really well, and showed the talented all-rounder that he is. So we're really looking forward to seeing how he goes in that space. So look, it's we saw Harshal Patel as well come in, and I haven't been able to spend any time with Harshal. Watched all our boys in the Vijay Hazare and a lot of them live, which has been great as well. And some players that potentially we might look at for next year as well. So it's been an interesting exercise for me to get to know our boys for this year, but also for the bigger picture as well.